Okay, let's talk about how we can use Google Docs to create a course proposal form so that you can propose new courses to curriculum committee. So the first thing we need to do is figure out how to find the template of the form using Google Docs. Here's the steps we're going to go through to do that. We're going to first log into my.knox.edu. We're going to make sure we're logged into Google Drive if we're not already by clicking the Drive icon. We're going to go back to my.knox and click the Registrar tab. We're going to do the Faculty Tools folder on the left-hand side panel. We're going to do Faculty Forms, also on that left-hand side panel. And then under Faculty Electronic Forms, we're going to click the link for Google Docs version course proposal form. So let me walk through that process. So first, we're going to go to my.knox. And we're going to make sure we're logged into Google Drive. The easiest way to do that is just to click on Drive here. This will open up your Google Drive. We're going to talk about how to use this a little bit later. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and close this as soon as I've opened it. It's now created that connection and authenticated me, so it's fine. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to click Registrar, bring up my Registrar tools. I'm going to go over here to Faculty Tools. I'm going to click that. Going to go to Faculty Forms. I'm going to click that. And I'm going to look for Faculty Electronic Forms. Here it is. And then I've got the PDF course proposal form. That's not what I want. I'm trying to do this with Google Docs. That's the one below it, the Google Doc version. So that's what I'm going to click. And this should open up the template. Now, you won't be able to edit the template because it's not your document. It's actually my document. You have permission to view it, but not to edit it. And so what you're going to need to do is make your own copy so that you can start editing it and fill out the form. So let's go to that next. So how to make a copy of the form. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do File, Make a Copy. A dialog box will pop up. That's going to let you pick a new title for your document, so you can plug in a new title. You can always change it later. We'll delete the instructions at the top that say this is just a template. And then just start typing things into the boxes provided in the form. Those boxes are going to expand to accommodate longer text. I think they'll actually contract if you delete things as well. And just a note, your Google Docs are automatically going to be saved into the cloud as you type, so you don't need to explicitly use a save command. So let's walk through that with our template document. So first we need to make a copy of this. We're going to do File, Make a Copy. And we're going to pick a name, whatever we want to call this. You know, this is my document, or something along those lines. So we hit Enter, and you'll see it's popping up in a separate window. And so you can see this was the old one, this is the new one. Separate tab, I should say, not really a window. So now, since this is going to be our actual course proposal form, we probably want to get rid of this stuff at the top. Works just like Microsoft Word or some other text editor. You can just highlight and delete things. And now you're just going to go ahead and fill in all these boxes with the necessary information. And you know, some of this information might be fairly lengthy. Your catalog copy, this is the best course ever. And then, you know, ASDF a whole bunch of times just really to emphasize how is the best course ever. And so you can see that box is expanding, and I think it'll also contract if you delete things. Yes, it will. So these boxes will kind of grow and shrink to fit whatever text that you need to put in there. And then, of course, with saving, you don't really have to worry about saving explicitly. If you look up here, all changes saved in Drive, that's going to keep popping up there periodically as you're typing. It doesn't save exactly in real time. It's not like, you know, milliseconds later every character you type gets saved. But for all intents and purposes, it's pretty close to that. It saves essentially every change that you make to the cloud, to your Google Drive, so it's accessible anywhere you have an internet connection. Now, the next thing you're going to want to do when you're done with your course proposal form for This is the Greatest Course Ever is to turn it into either a PDF or a Microsoft Word document. And so the way we're going to do that is just File, Download as PDF, or File, Download as Microsoft Word. Let me go ahead and demo what that would look like. So we're done with our new course. You know, we're very pleased with how great it's going to be. So you go up here to File, Download As, and to get a PDF, you would choose PDF. To get a Word document, you would choose Microsoft Word. I'll go ahead and choose Microsoft Word. I don't know if this will look exactly like this on Windows. On a Mac, it gives you the option to just open it right away. I'm going to go ahead and choose that. And so you can see it pops up. And all the text I type into the Google Doc is actually just going to be replicated here. This is now just kind of a fairly typical Word document. And PDF is going to be similar. If I just do File, Download as a PDF, wow, that's really slow. Well, we'll just sit here and wait. There we go. You can see I can either choose to save the file or open with. Now, you know, and if I click Open with Preview, again, I don't know if it'll look the same on Windows. You can see this is now a PDF. I should mention, depending on the settings of your web browser, if you do File, Download As, it may just automatically save it into your Downloads folder. I have no idea where that is on your machine. You'll have to figure out where that is and then find the document if you save it. It's different for Chrome versus Safari versus Firefox, where exactly it ends up putting that, and it's different between operating systems, so you'll have to kind of figure that part out on your own. Here we go. Now, when you're done with your Google Doc and you want to exit it, you don't really have to do anything. Just go ahead and close that tab, and you've exited the document, and we can close the template as well. You don't really have to worry about saving things because Google Docs is automatically saving stuff into the cloud every time you type something, it gets saved. Now, of course, once you've closed a document, the next question is, well, how do I find that now that I've closed it? Well, we have to log into my.knox.edu again. We're going to open up our Google Drive. Remember I said we'd be coming back to this. Here it is, using the Drive icon. That's actually going to open up all of the files and folders in your Google Drive. You can search by name using that Search Drive text box option at the top, or you can scroll down the list of documents in the middle. And just a quick note, Google Docs is going to be much easier if you're going to use it a lot if you use folders, because as you can see from my Google Drive, it can get quite complicated. So let's go through this. We're going to start with my.knox. We're going to click Drive. This is opening up Google Drive for me. Now, my Google Drive looks a lot like Finder on a Mac or Windows Explorer or My Computer on Windows. It's basically almost like listing all of the files, but instead of listing all the files on your hard drive or on your external drive or your zip disk, look at me dating myself, on your flash drive, it's actually showing all of your files that are up in the cloud. And so if we want to find, I think I called it document or something like that. No, this is my, yeah, there we go. This is my document. If you just start typing the name of it, it'll find it. If you just type like, this is my, enter, you can actually search. It'll show you all of the Google Docs that contain that phrase in them, either in the title or in the doc somewhere. And you can also just click on My Drive. This will show you all of your folders first, and then all of your documents. You can find your document there. And one quick note, if somebody shares a document with you, it turns out it doesn't show up here. Here's a little trick. If you click Shared with Me, this actually shows you all the documents and folders that people have shared with you. And that's actually really useful, and that's not necessarily intuitive, but it is a good thing to know. So that gives you information on how to find your documents once you have created them. Excellent. I hope this has been helpful. Thanks very much for watching.